So we're here today for the Creating Camera Confidence Rebel Plus workshop. And I want a big emphasis on the word creating. Now, I didn't call it just a camera confidence workshop because it's not just about confidence or just having confidence or whatever. Because confidence is something that needs to be created. You don't just show up one day and you're like really confident. Even Simon and Alan, if you know them, they're the co-founders of the Rebel Business School. Even those guys had to work on becoming confident. It feels kind of hard to believe though, doesn't it? Like those guys, they're not just naturally confident. Yeah, it takes a long time to become confident. And me, people say to me all the time, they're like, Laura, you're so naturally confident. And you know what? Sometimes I want to stick my middle finger up to them. I know Halima's like staring at me now like, oh, that's not very good. Because I'm not naturally confident. When I first started working with Rebel, we used to do meetings on Zoom. And this was before Zoom was before working at home was a thing. Like it wasn't the norm to do Zoom meetings all the time. And I remember showing up to a Zoom meeting and I'd be like this, like, and you know, when you spend more time looking at yourself than the person you're supposed to be listening to, because you're so self-conscious and nervous and you just kind of sat there like, and maybe you do kind of weird things and you touch your hair or you just do things that you don't even normally do. Does anyone feel a bit like that when they're on camera? Like they just don't know how to look. They don't know where to be. They're a bit like, oh, all over the place. Yeah, there's a few in the chat saying you, yes. But it's okay because confidence is made. So the next hour, we're going to go through, first of all, we're going to go through creating confidence. So how to get in that confident state to show up on video. And then there's going to be a little thing to do in the middle. And then after that, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to look more confident or how to appear more confident on your video. So first of all, we're going to do a bit about how to create that confidence. And then secondly, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that make you seem more confident, that you can start using straight away. So Milligren in the chat says, I've never seen myself on video. Oh, let me tell you, when I first started doing videos and I first started posting videos, I would post the video and I would not listen back. I would not watch it. I would post and run. And feel free to do that. You don't have to look at it straight away. It's taken me probably a good few years to actually watch myself back on video. And now I get excited by it. Now I watch myself over and over again. That sounds really vain, doesn't it? But I'm watching to find oh, I said that thing. Maybe I should have said this thing or that thing. But none of that matters in the beginning. And just having a quick look what you're saying. Cool. So you guys are here, so I don't really need to convince you of this, that, you know, video content isn't really an option anymore. It's a must. And I'm sure that you know that because you're here. Because we can use video in so many ways for our business. So you might have a TV interview. I had a TV, it was an interview, not on the TV, but I had an interview sprung on me. I was just going for some pictures and they're like, oh, well, we've got a camcorder right now. Would you mind doing an interview? So you could do an interview that would help your business. You can use video on social media. You can use videos in your meetings. You could run a course. There's so many ways that we can use video in our business. But I don't need to tell you that, right? That's why you're here. So let's jump in with the tech, the techie bit. What do you need to get started? You might be thinking oh, well, I want to create a YouTube channel or a course for my business. And you're like, well, I need a camera, I need a tripod, I need a memory card. And to be honest, you don't need any of that stuff. Not to get started, you don't need any of it at all. Yeah, Ernie says iPhone. You don't even need an iPhone. You just need to use whatever you have, whatever you've got. And if you haven't got anything to record on, you probably know someone who does. And you don't need a tripod. Yeah, a tripod, Natalie says a tripod is helpful. I have a tripod, but half the time I don't even use it. I will just pile up a stack of books and I will get a glass and fill it with water and then balance my phone against that. So you don't even need a tripod. So I want to know, what is stopping you? Like, why haven't you done this yet? Why are you here today? I want to know what is stopping you from creating videos, from showing up on camera. Let me know in the chat, what is stopping you? Tech. Zero confidence. Okay. Sonia says, I've got the oldest phone in the world. Congratulations, you must own a world record there. And she uses that. Awesome. I love that. Milligran said, only had the idea last week. Okay. Self-esteem, myself, lack of confidence, feeling nervous, fear of failure, criticism, fear of not looking professional. Nick's saying they've done some video, but they're always looking to improve. Nice. Worried about looking and sounding terrible. Maybe editing, hating the sound of your own voice. Does anybody actually like the sound of their own voice on video? I mean, some people talk so much that you think they like the sound of their own voice. This is a big one, isn't it? Like, what will people think? This was one of my biggest ones when I started. It's like, what are people going to think? Are they going to think I'm stupid? Like, it's not the norm. Like, my friends don't post videos. Like, what are they going to think when I start posting videos? And ultimately, everybody that has said anything in the chat, it comes down to this. It's fear. All of it is wrapped up in fear in some way. Fear of not sounding right, not being confident enough. All of the things that we've said today, it's all wrapped in fear. And I know what it's like. I know when you pick up the camera and you've got your phone and you've got the confidence to do it. You're like, right, I've built up the confidence to do it. Like, now I'm going to do it right now. I've got my outfit on. I'm all ready. And then comes to doing it, right? So you pick your phone up. You're shaking. You're looking at yourself on the screen. You're feeling sick. Ugh. And you're like, just do it. Just press the button. Just do it. Just press the button and do it. Have you got to that stage before? I've got to that stage many times. And you're just feeling sick. You don't want to do it. And then once you've done it, you're like, no, it's rubbish. But it's okay, because the best way to combat fear of any kind is action. Action cures fear. So Rebel Plus, we've got a book club and we read The Magic of Thinking Big, and it talks about that in that book. And it says, I think they say something about how the Marines, when they're scared of swimming, they throw them in the water. I mean, that sounds a bit like torture to me, but that's what they do, because they know that the way to cure that fear is action. So if you're scared of something and you want to not be scared of something anymore, I now invite you to go do that thing, even though it scares you, even though it terrifies you, and you have to do it again and again and again and again. So the book club is called Rebel Book Club. You can find it on Facebook if you type in Rebel Book Club or the Rebel Book Club. Yes, eat the frog. That's another one. So first things first, we need to create a confident state, because we need to get to the, I'm going to pick up a camera. I'm going to pick up that phone. I'm going to record. So I want you to let me know in the chat now how, and if you're listening in the replay, just have a think about how many different ways you can create a confident state. Now, if you've been on a Rebel Business School course, you might know how to create a confident state. But let me know in the chat, can you think of any ways that you can create a more confident state? Music and food, says Mel. I like that. No one's ever said food before. Food makes me more confident. Dressing well, makeup, movement. Yeah, movement is a big one, isn't it? And in the wild, animals, when they've been through like a shock or something that scares them, they shake off because they like shake to get rid of all of that nervous energy that's just happened. Let me entertain you. I like that. Movement is a massive one. Happy thoughts, positive prime. Washing hair and putting on makeup. Yeah, so your appearance, so if you feel like you look good, you show up in a different way. Like, I washed my hair last night just for you guys. Just for this, I washed my hair. And you can also put something nice on, so something that makes you feel comfortable. So don't wear something that's like constricting you and making you feel small. Wear something that makes you feel good. Something that I started doing when I was public speaking was I would put my favorite underwear on. Because if I've got my favorite underwear on, I'm feeling really confident and nothing else matters. I don't know why, but that's just something that I always did. I always made sure I wore my favorite underwear before presenting. Having a good location, yes. Practice, practice, practice. Dressing smart with makeup. Lucky pants, yep. Got to have them lucky pants. Mary says wearing perfume. Nice, I like that one. Getting a good night's sleep. Yeah. So before we came on today, you might have heard that the song September was playing. I love that song so much. Do you remember the 21st of September? So if you missed it, I mean, you know what song it is now because you got to hear me sing it. So I do that on purpose. I will put on some music that is going to make me feel happy, that's going to make me dance, that's going to make me move. Yes, it's Earth, Wind and Fire. I just love that song. It makes me feel amazing. And it was the 21st of September the other day. Did anyone clock that? I did. Always play it on the 21st of September. So you've already come up with a load of ideas. So you know how to create a confident state. So you've got music, you've got dancing, what to wear, moving your body, going for a walk beforehand. So the first time I did a video with Alan Donegan, who's one of the co-founders of the Rebel Business School, he made me go for a run. He was like, just run around in a circle, just run around the building and then come back. And then we're going to create a video. And I was like, yes, what a brilliant idea. However, I was not very confident there. Alan, my boss, is stood there pointing a camera at me after telling me to run around the car park. I come back, I'm trying to talk about the event that we're doing at Rebel. And I come back and I'm like, and I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to be confident. And like, yes, it was a great idea. But maybe after you've been for your run or your dance, you might want to sit down and catch your breath first. That's just from past experience. Another thing that you can do is do a visualization. And I want you to have a go at this now. I want you to have a go at this with me. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to think of a time that you felt confident. Like it could have been any time. It could have been when you were a child, when you didn't care what people would think. Maybe you were doing a little dance for your parents. You know, when kids, like, they come downstairs and they're like, Mom, look at me. I'm going to show you this dance. Like, think of a time that you felt confident. Could be any time. And I want you to take a deep breath in. And I want you to really think about how it felt in that moment. Like, it might have been that you just did something, like you won an award or you passed your driving test. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about that moment right now. Really think about what was happening. Who was around you? Could you hear anything? Could you smell anything? But I want you to remember that feeling. Got a couple people smiling. Did it feel good to feel that way? So I want you to take another deep breath right now and just really feel into that feeling, that time that you were confident. And now I want you to open up your arms. So have your arms open. You can look at me for a second if you don't know what I'm doing. And just close your eyes again and open your arms like this and think about that feeling. And really get into that moment. And take one more deep breath. And then you can come back to me. So that's another way that you can create a confident state. If you've got that, you can bring back that memory and draw from it. And you might find that one of these or some of these will work better for you than others, because sometimes we're so anxious and we're so stressed and we're about to do this thing that a visualization just will not work because we're already too wound up. Cake. Mal's adamant that cake is going to do it. So we all need to try that next. Everybody get some cake. Oh, my clicker not working. Here we go. So now it's over to you. I've given you a couple of ways that you can create a confident state. And what we're going to do, and I know you're going to feel absolutely terrified right now, but this is Rebel. We're all about doing, not just coming here and listening, but doing. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes now. I'm going to set a timer. And what I want you to do is I want you to grab your phone. I want you to point it at your face. And I want you to say, hi, say your name and say a sentence. You can write this down first. You don't have to just come up with something. Like, you can write it down. I know it's going to be a bit scary. And then what I want you to do is join this group. So this group is going to be open for 1 month. So it'll be open for a month. So if you are watching it on the replay, it is the 30th. Yeah, the 30th of September today. Got a giant calendar behind me. It's the 30th of September. So in 1 month's time, the end of October, the group will close. But if you're watching it before then, there is a code on the screen that you can scan. I can also give you the link. The link is now in the chat if you're watching it live, so you can click it that way, or you can open up your WhatsApp and you can point it at the screen. Let me just set a timer. Hey Siri, set 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, counting down.
My personal assistant has set a 10-minute timer for us all. And I want you to go now. So you've got 10 minutes. You can shut your screen off if you like, if you don't want people to watch you recording your video. And then I want you to post the video in the WhatsApp group. And yes, I know this might be one of the most terrifying things you've ever done. You're going to feel sick. You're going to feel awful. I get it. But it's going to be so much easier to do it right now with other people than it is in a week's time. And this video doesn't have to go anywhere. Oh, here we go. The excuses are coming in. Rosalind says, my phone just ran out of battery. Okay. Do we believe Rosalind? Yes, we do. Okay, then. We'll let you off. So right now, you've got 10 minutes. I want you to go off, create this video. And it is not going to be a good video. It is not going to be the best video you've ever created. If you have a flip phone and you're not able to do it, go find someone else's phone, or at the end of this session, because the group is still going to be open. But right now, I want you to do this right now. I just want you to say hi, what your name is, and something about you. If it's for business, like say what your business is, say what you do, or tell me a fun fact about you. It can be absolutely anything. All I want you to do is get your phone out, say something to it, and share it in the group. And I'm going to shut up now. Otherwise, there's going to be me talking in the back of your videos, right? And you've got 8 minutes left. I will see you in 8 minutes. Go on then. It's fine. If you have people drilling in it, absolutely fine. Oh, hi, Linda. So we've got 2 minutes left. They're so good. I am loving watching these videos. There's no way I'm going to be able to get through them all in the 10 minutes, but well done. They're amazing. Three, two, one. My personal assistant has just told me that 5 minutes are up. So for those of you who did a video, oh, wow, that was amazing. I loved going through the group and having a look at your videos. And we got people in Tokyo, got people in Chicago. First of all, Ernest, how have we just spent the past 2 weeks together and I haven't realized that you're not actually in Kent? Amal, you're on the go as well. So not only did you just do a video, but you were like out in public and you're like, yeah, I'm not letting that hold me back. I'm on the go and I'm going to do a video and I'm going to put it in the group anyway. Like, amazing work. And I've spotted there are a few people from book club here as well. So talking about book club earlier, I've spotted a few of you. We've got Daniel here as well, who's a Rebel ambassador. Halima's here too, so she's the whole reason that everybody's here. She's in charge of Rebel Plus, so she makes sure that all these workshops are up and running for you guys. So now you've done it, I want to know how did it go? How did it feel? I know that some of you have said that you didn't know what to say, but some of you, I was shocked by how much better your videos were than my old ones were. They're actually really good. I feel like I might have scared a lot of you off. Are you all coming back? Like, have you come back, or have I just scared you off now? And you're like, no, that was too much. I am shutting this down. Too much for me. I know it's a lot, but like I said, the reason I want you to do this right here and right now is to get over that initial fear. And you don't have to watch it back. You can delete the video. You never have to see it ever again. It's fine. Lynn and Ryan, more nervous than I thought I would be. Yes, it is. Like, I just put you on the spot and I was like, do it. And you're like, I don't know, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, great to dive in rather than procrastinating on it. Oh, I am a queen of procrastinating when I'm nervous. If I've got a video to record and I'm sat there and I'm like, you gotta do the video. And I did this with a message the other day. So it was one of those business messages that felt a little bit uncomfortable to send. And all day I sat there and I ended up messaging Halima, who was like, just send the message. And I was like, I wrote the message and then I deleted the message and then I put my phone back down and then I picked my phone back up and I was like, at 9 o'clock, I'll send it. Okay, 10 o'clock, I'll send it. 11 o'clock, I'll send it. 12 o'clock, I didn't send it until 12:15. Ridiculous, right? And it's the same with the videos. Like the more you procrastinate it, the more you sit there in that icky feeling. So it's better to just get it done. Just get it done. Sorry. My first one was horrendous. By the 5th take, I was looking at the camera. Can you see what Mel did there? She was. They said the 5th take, they were finally looking at the camera. So they did it once. Wasn't right. Did it again. And by the 5th time, it got better. So can you see how by repeating it, got better and better? I'm looking. It's the ums and the ers. Yes, yes. They do slip in. So I just want to take a moment to congratulate you. Like, you took the first step to becoming more confident on camera. Well, the second step, actually, because the first step was actually signing up for this workshop and coming here today. And the second step is you've actually created a video. So you did it. You got over that initial fear. And there's a whole group of people here who are doing the same. I love that dance, Pamela. Is that like, yay, I did it dance? So it may not feel like like that it was the first step, but it was. And now we've got over the hurdle of how to actually, do the video. I'm going to give you a couple of tips and tricks now of things that you can do, like really small things that are going to make you seem more confident on camera. So first up, like Mel said, I couldn't even look at the camera. Where are you supposed to look? So when I'm picking up my phone, if I've got the selfie mode on, I'm going to be really tempted to look at myself. And what happens then is it looks a bit like this. And you're like, well, she's not really looking here. Let me stop a sec. I'll show you. So when I'm like this and I'm talking like this, how does this feel? It feels a little bit strange, right? It feels like I'm looking down here or something. But if I look up at the camera, which sometimes I forget to do, I need to remember, look, there's a green dot here. But if I look up at the camera, you feel like I'm looking at you. So I want you to remember that when you're recording, to look at the camera, wherever that is, this bit here, rather than looking at yourself. And it's going to be really tempting to look at yourself. So what you might want to do is grab a sticky note and stick it over so you can't even see yourself, so you only can look at the camera. Now I need to do this whole clicky thing again and get the screen back up. Here we go. So don't look at yourself, look at the camera, because then you feel like I'm looking at you. Second up is body language. I look back at some of my first videos and I'm like this, and I'm like talking and making myself small. And it's going to also make you feel more confident if you have open body language. So during the Rebel Business course, for those of you who have been on the Rebel Business course, will know that we have a day all about networking, and we talk about like how to confidently, like we get you to walk around the room really confidently, and it's all about the body language. And you know that thing earlier where I got you to open up your arms? Have you seen runners do that when they run across the finish line? They fling their arms open. Well, I've got a little fact for you here that actually it's not just even blind runners, when they run across the finish line, they've never seen anyone do this before, but they still fling their arms open. I don't know what you mean by what's the group called in the chat. Open arms opens the heart chakra. Yeah, it's keeping you open here, isn't it? So I'm not telling you to like show up on your videos now and be like, hello, my name is Laura. That seems a bit odd, right? But you can do that beforehand, but having a nice open chest So your shoulders back, so we're not slouching like this. It's going to make you look more confident, but it's also going to make you feel a bit more confident. Avoid doing, some of this. And you might to begin with. So these things are things to work on. The tips that I'm giving you now are things to work on. If you're not doing this, don't worry. You need to do the first stage first. So what we did to begin with, I want you to be just creating videos to start with. It doesn't matter how they look, but we need to keep doing that. And then these are things to work on. So as we're getting used to creating videos, I want you to start thinking about your body language. So maybe throwing in a couple of hand gestures. I just throw my arms about here, there, and everywhere. Maybe not that much. But where it might feel normal. So if you were talking to someone and you're all looking at my hands now, that's a really unnatural way to use your hands. I know, I'm using them more than I normally would now. If you're doing things like creating reels or you're creating videos that need to snap people's attention quickly, if you start a video with a movement, that is a really great way. It doesn't work with all videos, but if you're doing things like reels, TikToks, videos on YouTube where people are scrolling and they're going to see the beginning of a video, a quick movement draws their attention. Just a little tip. Next one is not too fast and not too slow. I'm talking about talking here. This one for me was the hardest one to get hold of. Alan said to me, count in your head, actually stop and count after you ask a question to give them time to think, count to 10. It won't seem that long to the other people. It will feel like forever to you. And I was like, I'm Welsh. That's why I talk fast, Alan. That's my excuse. But talking at a better pace, but not too slow, because people might get bored. So finding a nice pace, throwing some pauses in there, let people digest what you're saying. And I know to begin with, you're going to be talking like this because you're really nervous. I get it. When I was first presenting with Rebel, I would spend the first 20 minutes talking really, really fast. And then I'd have to put everyone in a breakout room so that I could calm down. And after the breakout room, the rest of the day was fine. But that first 20 minutes of the day, awful, absolutely awful. And maybe people didn't notice it that much, but I know that I was talking like this the whole time. Natalie said the slow talking makes me feel more uncomfortable than bored. Yes, sorry about that. So next up, I've got acting normal. And this one I put in here because my friend said to me, so I was helping her with video, and she said to me, oh, I get it. You need to act a certain way. You need to bring more energy into it than you think you need to bring into it. You need to maybe look away from time to time, like you would in a real conversation. And you learn all of this in acting. So they teach you when you first start acting, they teach you to make sure that you look away. So they'll give you another spot to look at and then look back and then look away. And that doesn't feel normal because talking to a camera and doing it's not. It's not the same as talking to a person. But next time you're in a conversation with someone, I want you to have a look at their eyes and see what they do. I want you to see the amount of time that they spend looking at you and the amount of time they spend looking elsewhere. And I want you to think, how can I bring that into my videos to make it look more natural? Because then it will feel more natural because you are talking to one person, even if you're not. You might notice that I don't say, you guys. I'm not like, hello, everyone. I don't know if you've noticed that. But when I talk, I say you, because I am talking to you. I'm talking to you, Ling, Philip, Lynn, Cecily, Rosalind, Daniel, Heidi, Pamela, Claire, Nick, Mel, Claudia, and all of you. Like I'm talking to you. Oh, and Catherine. Hi, Catherine. I just recognize the people I know. And that's what I want you to do when you're doing your videos. And you've probably seen it on social media, especially on YouTube. It's like, hey, everyone, hey, guys. But the whole purpose is you want to be talking to that one person. You want to make that one person feel special. Even if there's 1,000 people watching, even if it's one person, even if it's 2 people, no matter how many people, I want you to talk to one person. Which leads me on to the millennial pause. Has anybody heard this saying before? Have you heard? It's kind of a new thing. And it's anyone who's millennial and above does this. When they're on video, they will kind of do a little intro or explainer first of all. And the reason is because we want to be polite, right? Like, hey, how you doing? Like, lovely weather today. We want to do that before. So it's that, you know, the adding the just popping in to say, hey guys, hi, how are you doing? We want to cut this out. And you want to jump straight into your content. And I know it feels really weird. And you're like, why would I just start talking and forget all this stuff? And it might feel rude. Like, I get it because we're so used to being like, hey, how are you doing? Hi, guys, just popping in. Like, this is kind of advanced level stuff now. Don't worry if you're not doing this. But this is another one of those ways to quickly grab attention. So just jump straight into the content. It doesn't mean you can't start your story like, today I had this thought about this thing and I want, and then just share it. Instead of saying like, today I had this thought that I want to share with you. Maybe you could do that, but just say, I was thinking today, and then say it. Is it okay to introduce the intention for the video? Is a question I just got asked in the chat by Eva. Yes, you can introduce it. In the same way I did today. Mal's like, nope, don't like that. And it's okay. You don't have to do this. It's just, we want you to jump into the content as quick as possible because we've only got a few seconds to decide whether I want to listen to you or not. Let me go back. I read out Eva's question. I forgot to answer it. Is it okay to introduce the intention for the video? Yes, but introduce it in a way. So we're going to be covering this today, like straight in, like this is what we're going to cover over the next hour, a little bit like I did at the beginning of this video. You might notice I didn't say, hi, I'm Laura. I'm a presenter at the Rebel Business School. And today this workshop is all about creating camera confidence. Did you notice how I didn't actually do that at the beginning? Yeah, I just jumped straight in because that's when people are deciding whether they want to listen or not. I have a friend who does this actually, and I always skip her story because she always introduces something or the day or says, hey guys, how are you doing? I'm just popping in. And it bores me in those first few seconds, so I skip it. And yes, I know that some of you are like, I don't agree, I don't like it. It's because we have those few seconds to catch attention. So those are the tips I have for you. I have no idea what time it is. Okay. I've got a couple of videos. I asked my friend Charlotte permission to share them. So I actually coached her with video because I've been on TV a couple of times. I have done video interviews. I'm a presenter at Rebel. I've taken a lot of time, a lot of hours working on showing up as myself on video. So I'm going to show you now. I'm going to share the screen of my mobile phone. Bear with me. What did I do with that? I had oh, there it is. I was fiddling with it. Couldn't find the cable. You might be thinking, why didn't she have this set up already? It's because I had to have the microphone plugged in plus the laptop plugged in. So there was no room for my phone. So let me share me mobile. There you go. Can you see my phone now? That's not what I want. Albums. Here we go. So can you see my phone? Is that coming up? Let's see. Yes. Cool. So this is one of my besties, Charlotte, and this first video isn't that bad. It's not her very first ever video, but I want to show you the difference between these two videos, and I want you to tell me what you think has changed between them. So I probably won't play them all, but I'll play you like the first few seconds of them. So this is the first one.
What we can do for your wedding is provide all kinds of fun throughout your day, including icebreakers for your wedding breakfast, lawn games if the sun is shining with parasols, and our vintage record player, and we can create a beautiful atmosphere and just add a little bit of fun to your day.
Okay, so that's the first video. All right, don't be too harsh. This is my best friend now. Like, just I'm just joking. She's not on the call. And then this is the second video.
So it's actually a really special anniversary for me today. It's been 1 whole year since the Mega Connect 4 arrived, and this was one of the many things that helped me kickstart my business, Okahaya. But over this year, I've learned quite a lot about myself, about my business, the wedding business, and I've realised.
So what did we think about the difference between those two videos? Way more welcoming, nice hair too. That's what she said to me. She was like, I did my hair, that really helped. And she put on makeup. So those were the things that she told me that made her feel like that. Body more open, hand gestures, nice to see the camera at eye level. She's much more engaging. Yes. Can you see straight away in the second one, she jumped into the content as well, not blinking as much. So that happens sometimes when you're really nervous. You might notice that you suddenly can't stop blinking. I'm going to out Halima here. Halima said that when she was nervous to begin with, that's what she used to do, blink all the time. Seemed more confident, better storytelling. She was smiling. Yes. And what had happened, do you think, between video 1 and video 2? What do you think happened in between these two videos? What changed? Sue says practice. I coached her, yes. Gone to the hairdresser. Confidence, yes. She tried lots of times, yes. Technique and strategy change, yeah. Another thing that happened is, I said I was on the TV. So this is just, I can't tell you exactly what, because it was like a pilot thing and it's still in like the filming, whatever. But I invited her on this show with me, and it was the day after she did her interview for it. And after her interview, she was buzzing. She was full of all this like energy. She did this thing that she'd never done before. And because she had all this confidence and energy from that, she hopped on video and did it. And she was like, I get it now. Like, I have to put the effort in to look normal. And that's what she said to me. And that's what reminded me to put it in for you guys. Like, you have to act normal. Like, it's not just showing up on camera, at least in the beginning. I don't think I'm acting now. I'm just me. Well, I suppose I am, because I'm like me, but bigger. Because I don't walk around the house like this. I'm like, hey, make me a cup of tea. Actually, yeah, you know what? I probably do, if I'm in one of those moods. She didn't get a ring light, no. believed in what she was saying. I like that. A year hadn't passed between the videos, actually. It was probably only a couple of months that had passed, but it'd been a year since she like started her business, but she wasn't doing video to begin with. But then I was like, do video, do video. Now she's amazing. I'm so proud of her. She's not posting so much anymore, but if you want to check her out, her business is called Ocker Hire. She does wedding lawn games, just if you want to see what she's up to. Cool. Let's go back to the slides. So here's a quick recap of the tips that we went through. Like, feel free to take a photo of the screen. So we're looking directly at the camera. You've got good open body language. Keep a good speak English, maybe, if your audience is English and not whatever it was that just came out of my mouth. Keep a good speaking pace. Act normal, in quotations, because it's not going to feel like acting normal, and you're kind of acting a little bit bigger than you normally would. Talk to just one person, even if there's like hundreds of people on there. Say things like you. And jump straight into your content or the story. So none of the stuff in the beginning that's like, hey, or what you up to? Just jump straight in to capture their attention. So all of this was like little ways to look more confident. But the key thing right now, like, I know that was great, like great little tips and tricks, but the key thing is going back to what we did in the first half of the session. And to set yourself up for success, I want you to find an accountability buddy. And hint, hint, there are tons of people on here right now who all want the same thing as you. So maybe there is a few of you that you could be accountability buddies. Maybe you can reach out to someone in this group, but find an accountability buddy. It's much easier when you're doing it with someone, because you can egg each other on. When you're not feeling it, you can say like, oh, I really don't want to be posting this video, but I know that I do want to, but I'm struggling to actually do it. It's much easier when you've got someone to talk to. My second one is practice, practice, practice. Like, you need to keep doing it. You're going to look silly. You're going to feel stupid. I get it. I've been there. But if you want to get to here, you need to do all that first. Like, I was awkward, so awkward on video. Even if you look back at some of Rebel's first videos on YouTube, they're a bit awkward and weird. Even Alan and Simon. And my third tip for success is schedule time. So this is how I did it when I knew that I wanted to show up on camera and I wasn't very confident and I hated it. And what I would do is I would use Instagram stories, or maybe it was Facebook stories. And I just did this on my personal account. Every single day I would show up and I would do a video, and it didn't have to be anything to do with my business. It didn't have to be telling a story. It didn't have to be anything. All I had to do was show up for 10 seconds. That was all, just 10 seconds every day and say something. And I still do. If you follow me on Instagram, there's my Instagram there if you want to, you'll notice that I will do a video every now and again where I'm just walking down the street and I'm like, so today I posted one and I said, oh, I love that I'm wearing this hat and the scarf. Like, I feel really autumnal today. And I do it still because it's great practice. It keeps me used to it. And all I do is like a 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, just to kind of like keep it up. So my challenge for you is, how can you figure this out? How can you, so first of all, find an accountability buddy, practice. What's that going to look like for you? But you need to do it regularly. And I would post this video and not look at it. I'd do the whole post and run thing. I'd be like, okay, I'm never looking at that again. And then I'd accidentally click on it. And I'd be like, oh, that wasn't very nice. and I'd hear my voice and I'd go, ew, that was disgusting. It's fine. Just do it, post it. And after a while, you'll get curious and you'll click on it and you'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I could do that better. Or maybe tomorrow I'll try this. And the whole idea is just to experiment. And if you can, have a bit of fun with it. The more fun you're having, the more that will come across. So it doesn't have to be straight away for your business. Like, just have some fun with it. Maybe it's that you send a friend a video message every day. Like you buddy up with someone on here and your challenge is to send each other a video message every single day. And then at the end of the week, you choose one and post it somewhere, because that's the scary bit. So it's over to you now. I know that 95% of people that do these things don't actually take action. So there's a high chance that 95% of you guys aren't going to do any of this. You'll be like, that was really cool information, but I'm not going to do it. So are you going to be a top 5%er? Or are you going to be like the 95%? Let me know in the chat. Also, now I have a favor to ask you. So if you did want to follow me, it's Laura__Paul. It's like double underscore on Instagram. That's not the favor. Like, just if you want to connect, send me a message and I'll follow you back. Whatever. Be cool to see what you're doing. So if you are posting on Instagram, like, I want to see it. But that's my platform that I love. The favor that I have to ask for you is, we've got a survey. It's a really, really short survey. Let me post it in the chat. Oh, Halima's posted it. Brilliant. I'm doing it anyway because I feel like I've committed now to copying it. I want to paste it. And there's a quick survey. If you could do this, that would be amazing. What this does is it helps us know what you thought about this. It helps us know what kind of things that you want in future. So this is a Rebel Plus workshop. We do one of these every single month. So let us know, what did you think of it? Would be amazing. Also, I know that sometimes you want to know what video editor to use. I haven't used this myself, but Vicky, who is on the call right now, she said that she uses this one and it's free and it's good to use. I haven't used it myself, but she said this is great. And they put a little logo at the end and you can just crop it out. Like, because it's at the end of the video. I don't know. I haven't used it, but she swears by it. I use one that is a paid one purely because I downloaded the free trial and forgot to cancel the free trial. So now I have a year subscription of this video editor. And it's great, but I'm not going to recommend it to you because what you're going to do is you're going to end up paying for it accidentally like me. Awesome. Halima says InShot is awesome. Yes, that's another one. Nice. So the chat is going to remain open for 30 days. If you haven't done your video yet, I'm challenging you to do it right now. And I hope this is the beginning of your camera confidence, or creating your camera confidence, I should say, because we're doing that right now. We're doing the creating bit because we don't just have it, we create it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys create. See you guys next time.